welcome people of the World Wide Web. So it is Chris from Cypher Sigma Screen Time here. Yes, and I've had another parcel in the post from Vinted in post. But this is a continuation from a previous episode. So if you were to watch, I think it's last week or the weeks before episode, you were seeing I got 2 packages. One was correct, one I received the wrong items. So this hopefully is those items. Now, to explain the story, obviously, I'd ordered a load of stuff. I preliminarily wanted 1 or 2 things. For is it the Crazy Wood and a Pang had shown something for someone else for Christmas. But so I ordered them, opened them up, and I got 4 Blu-rays that weren't what I'd ordered. So it seems the seller had sent my package to someone else and their package to me. So obviously I had to query this with Vinted, and if you've ever done this, I will explain the whole process. So I had to show them of what I'd received. It was in a plastic bag. They asked me to remove the label because they seemed to be under the impression that a wrong label had been put over their label, so it wasn't down to the seller's fault or something. So I sent them a picture of the packaging and said, no, this is the label. This is the conversation from the seller admitting that they've done it wrong, because they've obviously got 2 communications from 2 people because it's the wrong items. They still said they wanted me to remove the label from a plastic bag. If you've ever tried to remove a label from a grey paper bag, it's horrendous. I got most of it off, sent it to again, explained what had happened. They then said that what had to be done is the packages had to be returned. I then complained. I said, well, who's going to have to fork out the cost for this? And they said, essentially, it is down to the buyer, so myself, which I thought was really strict, which I did complain to them. I said, well, how am I supposed to pay out of pocket to send these back when these being sent to me in the first place was incorrect? You know, that's all on the seller's side of things, not the buyer. The buyer shouldn't be able to. But I said, that's the case. Then they said that will have to be done. You'd have to talk out with the buyer, with the seller, if they want to refund you any money, which the person did. They refunded me the postage, which I think is $2.39 via that. Now, even though they refunded me the amount of money it takes to use their services, so in post in this instant, I still had to send it back tracking. So I had to use the Royal Mail, which to send the package, recorded mail was almost £4. So it's £1.70. I'm out. They then did slightly reduce the cost of this package to send back to me. And they wouldn't let me send the package to the other seller and vice versa because they can't track it, which I kind of get, but is a bit of a roundabout, is a bit of a pain that all this has kind of cost me more money in the grand scheme of things than what I said. And a lot of packaging it up, sending it off and stuff like this, not down to my fault. Obviously, if you're a seller, if you're selling bulks of DVDs and stuff, if I'm packing any packages up, I'm marking them. But so we open this and let's see if this is it's 6 items, but I will only be able to show you 5 on camera for obvious reasons. Well, not for obvious reasons that you know, but so I can already see the top item, and that is correct. So as I said, is it the Crazy Wood and a Pang? I will actually pick up his channel here. He already knows. He saw the first video of this. He was doing a video of something, and it really made me want to watch that movie. I didn't own it in a collection, which I thought I did. So I was right. So that's broken. So the first off is Gladiator. He had it for, I think, £2. Saw 2 recently and kind of it inspired me wanting to go back. I only had it on DVD, and as I say, as this was a Blu-ray, it's broken. The case or the clip that holds it is broken. As I throw stuff around, so it's a 2-disc edition. Both Blu-ray discs. I mean, it's grubby. It's probably, if you can see that, it needs a proper clean. But for the most part, for a few quid, I think it's cheaper than CX's. Next, there was one that I had seen mention on another channel I'd never seen. It is Nick Hornby's Fever Pitch. It's about football, but kind of a romantic comedy. So never seen it before. Kind of a British comedy thing. So I do like British comedy movies. So there's that. So this is the one that the Pang channel talk about. So it was The Cube. So he solved the cube by watching the cube. I have seen this movie. I've seen it once a long, long time ago. His description of it while also doing a Rubik's Cube is funny enough on my desk. I have one. I've not been able to solve it. I've got the first stages. I'm not going to do that video. But yeah, so it's on here. So it really made me want to revisit it. I had it for £1. So I think it was like £7 all these were. And because he had these ones, this is why I got this. Next up was Ghost Rider. So I'm a big fan of Marvel and DC. So I had this, I know I bought this, I know I've watched this, but for some reason the first one I don't have in my collection. It seems to be quite expensive. Again, I think this was only like £1 or something. Disc is a bit grubby, but for the most part it is there. It's got a little booklet or something in. So again, it's another Marvel movie added to the collection. I cannot show you that one. And the final one, just because I get a movie that I wanted to look. Josh Lucas, the main guy from Sweet Home Alabama, I really liked him as an actor. I remember this movie being all right. I think it was £1 for this. So again, I picked that up. It was a bit of broken plastic. Yeah, again, the disc is a little bit grubby, but give it a clean up. So I think it was for £6 that I'm not showing you. It was £7 plus. I think it ended up being like 11 quid. So not even £2 for what is essentially 4 Blu-rays. So there's a fourth one in here that I can't show, and 2 DVDs. I say, and some of these movies aren't as easy to come by and are a few quid at least. So I think I've done quite well. Glad to finally have the right items. So thank you very much for watching this video. I've been Chris from Soft 16 Screen Time, and I'll definitely see you next one.